Welcome to the first taping of BizEngineTV from BizEngine.com, where every week we're going to bring you some of the best news stories happening in small business. As always, you'll probably see the links to all the stories that we talk about posted below the video, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at BizEngine. Is it at BizEngine or the BizEngine?
At the BizEngine.
At the BizEngine, or on Facebook at facebook.com/BizEngine. I'm Matt Sullivan.
And I'm Dave Choke.
And let's get into the stories for this week.
Our top story today, the State of the Union from President Barack Obama is drawing mixed reviews from small business owners. A collection of bloggers on the Huffington Post, which includes Gene Marks, have been wary of taxes being raised and want to hear more specifics from the president. That's something that we've been hearing a lot about in recent days. The International Franchise Association, which represents many franchises and has small business interests in mind, has been lobbying Congress and the federal government hard in order to get measures for further lending. The lack of availability of funds from lenders has been a major issue throughout the recession. It started to come around this year, but we're looking to see more, as are many small business owners.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, I definitely watched the State of the Union because, like all student council geeks, it still interests me. And one thing that jumped out is all the tax cuts that President Obama was talking about for technology and manufacturing and keeping jobs in the United States. Except most of the things he was talking about seemed to be for major manufacturers, the auto industry, and not necessarily for small businesses, for the Main Street business. And I think it's going to be very important for them to see the downstream tax breaks and benefits to really get the economy firing on all cylinders.
Exactly. When you talk about tax breaks and you don't hear the word small business, what small business owners come away with is taxes might be raised.
Exactly.
So that is an issue.
Yep. So that's I'm sure that's going to be one of the big talking points in all these debates for the next year or so.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
But not really.
Next up is a little bit of bad news, is that small businesses are keeping their eye on rising energy prices, both electricity and and gas and fuel. One article from out of Columbus was talking about American Energy Power, or American Electric Power, raising their rates. And this is affecting many small businesses. Mainly we hear about things like, I'm just trying to keep the lights on. Well, unfortunately now even that price is going up. Here in New Hampshire, our gas prices are $3.77, $3.79, something like that. But the national average is actually approaching $3.50 across the United States, which is going to deeply cut into revenue, especially as that starts to impact inventory and shipping and those other types of costs. Actually, down south is seeing the most impact. Spikes in electricity and fuel costs are just cutting into already thin profit margins. And actually, from this article in the Columbus Dispatch, a couple business owners were talking about moving to different states due to better business environments. This is a key thing that's going to drive small business growth, is reducing the cost, especially energy and fuel, so that way the profit margins stay higher, more money goes into the business as opposed to out the door.
And now I'll follow that up with some good news, as a matter of fact. We've talked a little bit about taxes, concerns at the federal level, but one thing we are seeing is that small business lending is actually up heading into the new year, as is small business confidence. The big news here is that small businesses are more confident coming into 2012 than they were at the end of 2011. And the big reason for that, I suspect, is because holiday sales were actually really big this year for the first time in 5-6 years.
Yeah,
Seems like an
good news.
Absolutely. And as consumer confidence continues to improve, one thing you always see with that, of course, is better sales. Customers speak with their wallets, and if they're feeling better about the economy, then small businesses should see an uptick there. The other thing that we need to mention is our friend Tom Gazaway, writing for Small Business Trends, informed us that small businesses are seeing more lending from major lenders, which has been an issue in the past. Many small-time lenders, small community banks, have kept their doors open, but you're seeing Citi, Chase, some of the major lenders at the national level finally stepping up. So it could be the year of small business.
Yeah, it's I mean, since the meltdown in 2007, 2008, many of the big banks were getting so cautious with their funds, especially with small businesses, that it was almost impossible for the average small business to get that line of credit or the financing that they needed. And so it's good to see that some of the purse strings are being loosened. As always, there's alternatives to the big banks, the credit unions, your neighborhood banks, specific equipment financing options, things like that. What I liked about this article from Small Biz Trends is a little bit of the history lesson talking about how we got here and what caused the meltdown. That reminded me of the book The Big Short by Michael Lewis, author of The Blind Side, Moneyball, probably his best two-known works. But he took a very deep dive into the economic crisis, and it's a great read. I highly suggest taking a look at it, even if you're not an economics geek, and learn a little bit about what went into the economy and how the snowball got rolling, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So those are the big three stories. You have anything else to add?
No, to small businesses everywhere, good luck in the new year.
Yep, exactly. Make sure to support your local small business. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. BizEngineTV.
BizEngineTV.